And welcome back to the 2-minute market. We go over today's market while keeping it as simple as possible. Now, we just passed a huge week, so I want to do a recap of exactly what happened with the biggest companies in the world. And their earnings came out and their report cards. So first, let's go with Google. Google beat on earnings per share and revenue. Then after that, we have Apple. Apple beat on earnings per share and revenue, but they had a lawsuit in Europe and it brung the earnings per share down a little bit, so technically it missed, but they did really good. Then as well, you have Amazon. Amazon beat on earnings per share and revenue. Now we have Microsoft. Microsoft again beat on earnings per share and revenue. Then we have Meta. Meta beat on earnings per share and revenue, but they were talking about that they were spending a lot, so the stock went down. Then you have Tesla. Tesla beat on earnings per share, but their revenue missed barely. But thing with Tesla, after the earnings came out, it shot up, so it was a good thing. The last stock to make the Magnificent Seven is the new stock, and that is Nvidia, but that's not for a couple weeks. So where are we at in the market today? If you look at the indices above, it was green across the board, but we did receive important economic data, which was jobs added, and the expectation was 100,000 jobs, and we only added 12,000 jobs. Now that number is so small, it's actually alarming, but the narrative that's been going around today was because of the hurricanes last month and the Boeing strikes that number was lower than usual. So usually I just give you guys the news of what's going on, but I want to take it a step farther. I want you guys to download an app to look at the stocks and track the S&P 500. Because these huge mega companies still went down, the S&P 500 took a dive, and we need to look at this critical level. If you look at this chart, you'll see back in mid-July, that was the previous all-time high, and it was 5,666. So next week, if we go under that price and confirm the next day, it is a bad sign. So we need to still check that out. Now, if you look at cryptocurrency side, Bitcoin actually did go under that 69,000 for a brief second. So we need to see what happens this weekend, and Ethereum still staying the same, about 2,500. Now next week we have two major events with the president election and rate cuts. Well, we need to see, will the market go under that 5,666 level on the S&P 500? I'll see you next weekend. This is the 2-minute market. Peace.